Hi everyone, it's Sam here, and today we will be talking about an amazing topic that has allowed me to even overcome some of these fears that I used to have back in the day, which is all about smashing the fear of marketing that you might have. Now, in the world today, we've got these two faces. We've got an online face and an offline face. The more the discrepancy between the two, the more you're likely to experience these kind of fears. So let's just take a deep dive and understand a little bit of how this fear plays its game and what can we do to overcome it. So there's a workbook that goes with this specific mini training series. If you need a copy of that, just shout the word workbook below and I'll make sure you get this. Right. So why the fear of marketing exists, right? It simply exists because number one, you don't understand what marketing is. At the back of that, you feel kind of exposed. Now, I've worked with enough people in businesses to see that they are really good at what they do, but they're not so good at doing the marketing or selling that aspect of it. Well, that's what they tell themselves. But guess what? You don't need to think that selling is a separate thing altogether. Marketing or selling of something and serving other people as part of that is part and parcel of the two sides of the same coin. And that is something which we are trying to help you understand today. So when people call themselves that they're really good at what they do, but they don't really know what marketing is, they feel exposed. They don't know, they feel it's a bit of a manipulative in asking for money for what you do. It's because deep down, they don't feel good enough about themselves or what they have to offer to the market. And as a consequence of that, they try to they do a few things. They take classes, they take marketing classes, they will try to learn how to do this themselves. They will watch videos of other people doing it, like, for example, this one, or they will try to use YouTube algorithms, but they won't be too afraid to click publish and go live with it. And the worst of all, they pay marketing agencies to take care of all of this for them. Well, guess what? As a consequence of doing these things and not getting anything in return, their visibility becomes limited. As their visibility is limited, there are less and less followers that they have. As a result, they don't get enough business or the money they want to make. The business declines and their negative self-talk becomes louder and louder and louder. The way to break that is to first get to the heart of the problem, which is what is marketing? Let's just understand that. Well, firstly, marketing is not selling, although there's nothing wrong with selling itself. Understand that marketing is simply about putting the right things in front of the right people in the right place, together with the right words for the good of the collective itself. And that's what you need to understand. It's for the good of everyone that you are selling what you are selling, because it allows them to get the help they were looking for, whether it's through a product or through a service. But it needs to be put at the right time, in the right place, in front of the right people. And that's what's marketing. Once you start to understand this and get your head around that, you will lift the blockages, that your mental blocks you have of thinking that, oh, I'm not a marketer, oh, this is not for me, it's marketing agency needs to do that. No, no, no. You can do that. You just need to learn to speak in the same language as your prospects speak. If they have desires, you speak to them in their desires. If they have suffering, frustrations, you learn to speak in their frustration, suffering. Same, use the same words. That's all that marketing is before you start to position your services and products as part and parcel of the solution that you provide. If you do that, and if you do that right, your brand will get noticed. You will build the visibility of the brand, and people will be drawn to it to work with you and to get the support and services and products that you offer. That's what you're looking for, right? You will get confidence. Your confidence will be renewed because now your message starts to work. It starts to resonate more with the desires of your prospects. As a consequence of that, your business will increase and your bottom line or the money will start to flow into your business, which is what you're all after. I'm going to give a quick out to Tanya. Tanya started to work with me a few years ago, and one of her challenges were that she came from a very offline world and coming into this online world over the COVID times, it was really, really hard for her. It was hard for her to understand that there are so many amazing people online. Why will someone buy from me? Well, they might be amazing, but guess what? They might exactly be doing the same thing as you do, but not in the same way as you will articulate. And I think that's where the magic is. The magic is in how we connect with our audiences, even though when we are selling the same services. There are plenty of business coaches out there, but I know the clients who work with me, they work with me because of my ability to connect with my audiences and bring the areas or the toolbox that I have of psychology, strategy, and technology to give them the support that they're looking for. That is a unique proposition. So we all have a USP or a unique proposition in which we bring this to the market, whether it's online or offline. uh, Online world, it's simply if you live a less of a conflicted life. So let's say, for example, what you do offline is what you do online. I speak fast, I think fast. That's the kind of personality that I am. I am a driven personality, and I like to be buzzing with that energy. And if I'm in that flow state, if I'm in that energy, I need to reflect the same energy online as I do offline, thereby having no inner conflicts. And when there are no inner conflicts, there's less of that inner chatter, less of the imposter syndrome, less of the doubt that plays its part, that I'm trying to do something which is not me. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Tanya overcome that over the years, and as a consequence of that, listen to her case study as well. In a post, yesterday's post, you will see that she was able to do a lot more lives. She is able to come out and talk and be more of herself, sharing the areas of her brand story that are more resonating with her target audiences. Now she's a therapist, so that allows her more and more to be show the vulnerable side of her business, because she can show how she overcame some of those challenges within her own self. And that's what I encourage you all as well. To do that, I'm going to share with you the 5 key principles that allowed Tanya and people like myself to do the same. So the first one is, you need to learn to face your fears gradually. It's not about you will wake up one day and all these fears will disappear. You just need to take the first step. The first step could be a really small step, that you just do a 1-minute video introducing your 60 seconds, right? Now imagine if you go in with the mind that no one really cares about anything we do, and you have nothing to fail or lose, you might as well give this a shot, right? That's the mindset that I keep. I've got nothing to lose. I might as well give it a shot. And if someone resonates with me, my personality, my work, they will come and work with me, right? So, but take one step at a time rather than trying to do everything. Just try one little thing. Put a funny post out, put a personal post out, put something out there that allows you to declare to the world that I am here. Okay. The second one is judgments. It's a funny one because a lot of us have these fears that I wonder others will think that I'm silly or I'm a fool. You know what? It's really funny. If you have people like that, firstly, I will say, if you fear any of their judgments, get rid of them from your social media accounts, or separate your business account from your personal account so they don't even bother you, right? Because you need to be in your flow state. You don't want to be surrounded by people who are watching you and judging you. But on the flip side, if they do watch you and judge you, it's just a matter of time before they realize the power when you are showing up. And it's the same people who will start to ask for your approval when they start to see that you're showing up without fear. And that's very, very powerful realization, that the people who you were looking for approval and acceptance are the same people who come to look for your approval and acceptance when you start to show up. So these judgments will no longer be there. The third principle is, don't try to, every single marketing aspect talks about that we need to do all types of stuff, from funnels to launch campaigns, offers, this, that, and the other, social media, LinkedIn, everything is all in our faces, right? Everyone tells us that's the way to be. What I will tell you is, do what comes to you naturally. Start with that. If podcast is your way, start with that. If videos is your way, start with that. If writing is your way, writing content, start with that. If just imagery and with some nice text on it using Canva, start with that. Do what comes to you naturally, so you are in the flow state rather than against the grain, right? So try that and see how it goes. Systemize your marketing. You see, for me, everything is system, purely because my brain works like that. It allows me to not think about stuff that is not important. So what I do is I lock the time, and I will plan all my marketing effort for the week in a couple of hours a week. And that's all laid out in the scheduler. And it just runs on its own rather than me trying to check each time or every day that it was. So systemize whatever you need to be doing in marketing so you can leverage your time, others' effort, money to get you the results that you're looking for. Don't try to do the manual stuff again and again and again. You'll get tired, you'll get bored, and you'll procrastinate. Finally, when accountability really matters, is it matters that you are showing up and you're turning up, or the other way around. You need to turn up and show up. There's a slight difference between the two. Turn up means you need to be consistently putting something out there, and show up means you need to know what energy you want to put out there, of how you're showing up in front of your audiences. So know who you are and be authentic self, which means there is no inner conflict between how you live your external life and how you live your online life. Your personality is the same, more or less, right? So go in line with the flow. And accountability is that when you're saying something, you're doing something, you're putting that consistent effort out there, where you are holding yourself accountable for it. Okay, not others, but you yourself. Right, guys, with this, I would like to bring it to a close. Once again, there is a workbook that goes with how you can smash your marketing fears in simple 5 tips I've given. You can just go through these tips. It's a simple read for 5-10 minutes. And even if you were to apply one of those, you'll make a difference. And that's how we will smash our marketing fears, with one day at a time. Thanks for listening. Speak to you soon. Bye now.